Hello, this is Paul Konkowski with HouseMatch. I wanted to take a moment to address with all my valued customers what HouseMatch is doing to address the coronavirus, COVID-19. The first thing we're doing is, as of this time, we will no longer be showing occupied properties. What this means is when a tenant's living in a property and it's they're moving out within the last 30 days, we will not show it until the tenant moves out. The reason for this is we do not want people coming into the property that could potentially spread to your tenant, to our employees, or the tenant spreading it to other people. I know this is disappointing because this might mean that your house will be vacant for 10 to 14 days longer, but we do feel that this is necessary in order to protect all parties. Once the house becomes vacant, we will make sure the house is cleaned. Once the house is cleaned, we will be doing self-showings with our self-showing lockboxes. This is a great technology we have where we check the person who's going in there's ID, validate them, make sure they're correct, and they are able to see it on their own. When our staff goes and checks on your vacant rental, they will be carrying with them wipes. They will be wiping down door handles and making sure between going to any property that they wipe it down before they go in and out of a property. Our staff is also required for any type of visits they do to a property to carry wipes and wipe down all door handles that they touch and access throughout their visits. Secondly, all HouseMatch employees from this point on will be working from home. We have set up with HouseMatch so we all have home offices, so we will be able to work from home efficiently. What this means is if you need an appointment with us, please set up an appointment with us and we will set up an appointment through Google Hangouts or another online method. If an in-person appointment is extremely necessary, then we will arrange the appointment with advance notice. No walk-ins to our office will be accepted. Next, when Drew is doing move-ins and he's doing the move-in evaluations and going over the move-ins with tenants, he will not be shaking hands. In the last 2 weeks, none of our employees we've been requested not to shake hands. He will also be keeping personal space, which is a 6 feet area away while talking to tenants. We're gonna do whatever we can to limit the amount of contact that we have in these move-ins. We have also canceled all interior property assessments that were not scheduled. So we have a couple that are still scheduled that will be done and we should be up to date at this point, but all interior property assessments going forward will be canceled. We will still do exterior property assessments, but we will not be doing interior property assessments until the CDC and others lift a lot of this ban that's going on with large gatherings. We would like to keep us safer and not be doing those. Our rent guarantee, where we do not get paid our management fee if rent does not come in, that is going away in the sense that there is new government and state laws that are in the books getting ready to come out that could say that tenants cannot be evicted and that there is a rent moratorium where basically if a tenant doesn't pay rent, we can't do anything about it. If that is the case, we will not charge the management fee at that time. But when the government allows us to charge the management fee and allows us to charge the rent, we will, at that point, collect our management fee. Now, in March, we had 100% of tenants who paid rent. We are still going to highly encourage all of our tenants to pay rent, even if there is legislation out there that does not penalize them for not paying rent. I still believe we'll have a higher than 90% rate of tenants paying rent. But understand we have to follow whatever legislation comes into place and we have to follow it and to best protect your investment so that you can get it in the future, the money that you have. Again, by the 4th or 5th of the month, if we do not have rent from your tenants, we will be contacting you. And at this time, there is no concrete legislation in place right now, but I do know that they're working on it. And so we want to make sure that we are on top of it when it does come forward. We thank you so much for being loyal HouseMatch customers. I know this is a very hard time for the world, for the United States, for you, for everybody who's sick or going to get sick. and we really are concerned about this issue that's happening. We know it's a serious matter when the NCAA tournament, which generates $1 billion in revenue, cancels. When the NBA, Major League Baseball, and every other sporting league has stopped doing it. When Disneyland hasn't been closed for 40 years and closes down for 2 weeks. At House Match, we want to take necessary precautions to make sure that our tenants, our staff, and that your investment is safe and in the best way possible. Again, I apologize for any inconvenience that you are going to have during the next couple months. Hopefully, COVID-19 ends quickly and we can get back to business as normal. Have a wonderful day, and know at House Match, we do care about you and your business.